Okay, so we're going to do a good handful of examples. So this is one of the pages in your practice packet. So I'm going to do the ones highlighted in red. So 27, 29, 31, and then I'm also going to do 33 for you as examples. I would like you guys to do 34, 30, 32, and 28 as examples. So hopefully my examples help. And yeah, let's just get into it. So let's start with 27 as our first example. So it says, the directions say, let f of x equal 3x plus 4. And originally I said g of x equals x minus 4, but there are these vertical bars around it, which is another math topic, and I just think for simplicity's sake, it'll be easier if we just do g of x equals x minus 4. So write that down in your paper. We're not going to do any sort of absolute value stuff. And then we're just finding the following. So for 27, it says f parenthesis 2 parenthesis, which is the same thing as f of 2. So it all wants us to find, when x is 2, what does this whole thing equal? So let's go ahead. So when I'm solving these, what I usually do first is I usually write out the whole original first equation just to help myself remember. So the original equation is f of x equals 3x plus 4. So now what we're going to do is we're going to say that we want to find f of 2, which is what the problem gave us. So this means that wherever I see an x in this equation, now since I have a 2 here, I'm going to put a 2 there. So I'm going to say equals 3 times 2, showing multiplication with these parentheses, and then we're adding 4. Okay, so we've substituted in 2 wherever we see an x, because that's what the problem is asking us to find. And then, to make our lives a little easier, we can just use a calculator. So this is a calculator that I really like to use. It's online. Just go to desmos.com/calculator. And up here we type, we're going to do 3 times 2 plus 4. And it gives us that equals 10. So I can confidently say that f of 2 equals 10. That's it. This is my final answer right here. And then to help maybe kind of connect some ideas a little bit, if we look over at this table that I attempted to draw for us, if we say that this first column is our x column, because that's what we've been working with, normally we would say that this column, the second column, is our y column. We're going to call it our f of x column now, because we're working with f of x instead of y. And so how this would look is, for example, since we're using x, our first x value is 2 here, we would put 2 here, and then 10 would go in the next column. So maybe this will help kind of connect some ideas for you about how we've been using tables with these functions and everything. Okay, so that's our first one. The answer is f of 2 equals 10. So now we're going to do this next one, g of 6, number 29, as our next example. And let's use red. So again, let's write down our original equation. So our original equation is g of x equals x minus 4. Remember, I changed it from whatever was originally in the problem to make it easier. So we wrote down our original equation, and what we're going to do next is we're going to plug in 6, because that's what our problem tells us, 6, inside the parentheses here. And that also means that we put a 6 wherever we see an x in this problem. So the only place there's an x is right here, so we're going to do 6 minus 4. You can use your calculator if that helps. Check your math, 100%. 6 minus 4 is just going to give us 2. So we can say that g of 6 equals 2. Sorry, timer's going off. So g of 6 equals 2 is going to be our final answer for this one. All right? We're going to do our next couple examples in the next video, but hopefully that gets you started.